our Chief Minister, Revidin model Chief Minister, Thri M.K. Stalin. When my Chief Minister, Thri M.K. Stalin, became the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he said, I will work not only for the people who voted for me, but also for the people who did not vote for me. It is my duty. But today, sir, our Prime Minister is not working for the people who voted for his party, but only for the parties which are supporting him. Sir, in fact, if you see, sir, lakhs and crores of rupees were spent by this union government to promote Modi Ka Guarantee before the elections. Wherever you went, televisions, radios, newspaper channels, it was all public money was used to promote the Prime Minister. Sir, after the election, Modi Ka Guarantee is gone, sir. Now, Modi may Ka insurance. What insurance? So insurance policy, premium, is being paid by the people of India to ensure that he still continues as a Prime Minister. Sir, for 3 years, the union government's share of funds for Chennai's metro rail has been pending. Our chief ministers have repeatedly written and urged for the funds. The Chennai metro rail, phase 2, sir, which they had to give 50% of the fund, till date, they have not given a single rupee. But our chief minister has said, Tamil Nadu government will fund and has already put 12,000 crores, sir, in this budget, sir. Sir, we would like to know, you went to Coimbatore, you had a road show, the Prime Minister tried to appease the people of Coimbatore. Sir, we have sent you a project, our Tamil Nadu government has sent you a project for the Coimbatore metro rail, for Madurai metro rail. No response, nothing has come back for you. Sir, our Tamil Nadu government has made a request for the Tambaram Chengalpet elevated express. Till now, no mention of the funds order. Sir, for 10 years, the middle class has burned the brunt of inflation. Rise in food prices, rise in fuel and LPG prices. Sir, let me bring it, sir. Do it because right now the Russia-Ukraine war is going on. Because of that, the Western countries are not buying the fuel directly from Russia, but those Russian fuel is being bought by India at half the rate. If the basket, petroleum basket is $120, India was getting for $60. Did any of the Indians benefit because of price reduction? No. This oil went to our Prime Minister's friends' refineries, got refined into diesel and petrol, and was exported to Europe, and they sold it at the market price. You brought windfall taxes. The first time in India, windfall taxes was brought. Sir, I would like to ask the finance minister, why don't you give us a white paper on the windfall taxes and how much of money the Ambanis and Adanis made on the Ukraine war? Sir, one has to find, sir, that to provide substantial relief for income tax. Sir, household savings has hit a record low of 5.2% of gross national disposable income in year 2023. So what do the common man get, sir? A saving of 1,458 rupees per month. That is the savings they are talking about, sir. Sir, you have announced targeted programs, irrigation and flood mitigation. Bihar gets the Koshi, Mehichi, intra-state link. Assam, Sikkim and Uttarakhand are getting assistance for flood management. Himachal is getting assistance for reconstruction and rehabilitation. Sir, what about Tamil Nadu, sir? Sir, we had the worst floods in Chennai. Sir, in Thoothukudi, we had floods which has never seen for 150 years. The finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, she came, she went and saw with her friends, and she said she was amongst her friends. And there, she appealed with the people, yes, we will do something. Till now, not a single rupee had come. And in fact, sir, she visited temples there and asked the residents, do not put money into the undial. Give the money directly to the priest. Is that the way a finance minister behaves, sir? Will it be okay, sir, if I go tell my people of Tamil Nadu, don't pay taxes to the union government? Because all the money goes to other states, doesn't come to Tamil Nadu. That's not a way I elected, sorry, she's not, she's a selected person. So she's a selected person will begin. Tamil Nadu has raised requests and asked the floods. Our Chief Minister made multiple visits to meet the Prime Minister and made a demand for 37,000 crores as disaster relief. You know how much the Union Minister and the Union Government gave Tamil Nadu, sir? You'll be surprised. You might even faint. The Union Government gave us only 276 crores so far. Yet it seems to be in balance. In announcing 11,500 crores to BR due to the political compulsions of this minority BJP government. Sir, when there was flood in Gujarat, the Prime Minister went there the very next day and announced a slew of support measures up to 1,000 crores immediately. But Tamil Nadu, after events, 7 months, there's no care. Sir, why is the Union government singling out our state and denying our people our schemes they need? Sir, it is not enough that Tamil Nadu, you visit Tamil Nadu during elections and call us Sagodharigale. Sir, people of Tamil Nadu will never, ever forgive you for this betrayal. Sir, while I'm happy, sir, the BJP has finally taken a cue and following the footsteps of our Honorable Chief Minister, the Deputy Model Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin, sir, by copying his pioneering scheme. Sir, the scale that you have announced is unbecoming at the Union. Sir, take for example, the skill development scheme, which the budget says. In the budget, the finance minister says it will train 20 lakh people in a year's time. But my Dravidian model chief minister, M.K. Stalin, is already introduced a scheme of training 15 lakh youths in a year. A state government is training 15 lakhs. A union government with all the resources is only training 20 lakhs a year, sir. Sir, they've also taken a trademark Dravidian model scheme like the state-run hostels for women, the Tori hostels, that was implemented by our chief minister. Sir, we welcome it. This should in fact be named as a Dravidian model hostels for the women throughout the country, sir. And the credit goes to our chief minister who first implemented it in Tamil Nadu. Again, sir, another scheme, non-Mudalvan scheme, which is now repacked as upskilling program. Even the India Alliance of ensuring apprenticeship and employment-linked incentive has been taken up, sir. Good for them. They're copying this, sir. But I need to remind, when in a Congress manifesto announced this, what did Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman said? It is unimplementable. What happened now? Probably, I think, sir, she thought it was not brought by Nehruji. Now, because, sir, the BJP has surprisingly managed to get very few votes in Tamil Nadu, sir. I feel bad for them, sir. In the previous 2019, they were competing with Nota. But this time, sir, Tamil Nadu people have given a little more. But, sir, the way this... But, sir, this time we got 40 out of 40. You got 0. Not a single seat could you win. Sir, you think people of Tamil Nadu will forgive you for this treachery? You're being so vicious against the people of Tamil Nadu. Sir, but for Andhra Pradesh, the South has been ignored. You announced a slew of schemes for your allies in BR and Andhra. But Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, and Karnataka have been completely ignored. Sir, we have no issues, sir. Please, we want you to support Andhra Pradesh. We want you to support BR. We are not against it. But do not penalize others. Yes. Do not penalize other states. This reflects very poorly on you, sir. Sir, I thought Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman was a very learned person. She has come out with a new policy, New East angle. Sir, yesterday I was scratching my head and wondering, what is the New East? The New East of India, Bihar comes, Andhra Pradesh comes, West Bengal doesn't come, sir, and Tamil Nadu is sharing border with Andhra Pradesh, and we don't come. So, whenever convenient, she is using it. Sir, there's a saying in Tamil, sir, "Enakku vandha ratham, unakku vandha takkali chutney." That means if I get injured, blood comes for me, but if you do something, it's only a tomato chutney. Sir, I remember, sir, Probably Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman is suffering from selective amnesia or dementia. I do not know. In 2014, you had Chandrababu Naidu Garu as your alliance partner. We all know how badly he was treated. He had to give two choices for the ministry. He didn't even had a choice to pick who the minister, what portfolio could be. He had come for the swearing-in ceremony. Then alone he knew that one of his choice is going to become a minister, and that to the same civil aviation was given to them. That time, sir, the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, Thru Chandrababu Naidu Garu, wanted an appointment with the Prime Minister Modi. He had to wait 4 months. 4 months he had to wait to get an appointment with Modi. For what? Special status for Andhra Pradesh. What all you are giving now, he wanted 10 years back, but what did our Prime Minister do in 2019, sir? He said, into a rally in Raja Mahendravaram, the PM said, the Polavaram project is an ATM for Chandrababu Naidu and his son. Sir, when it chooses you, you put a person down. But when you want to become a Prime Minister because of his health, the same ATM changes and becomes a very important machine for the country.
ATM.
Sir. Sir. And next thing, sir, the matter of 1 week, 15 bridges in BR collapsed. Normally, our Sangh Parivar would have come and said, corruption. And the bridges followed. We need CBI inquiry. We need ED inquiry. But what are you doing, sir? You're giving 26,000 crores to rebuild those bridges. Sir, you are rewarding the corrupt persons in BR because you want to stay in power and you say you're pure. How can we accept that, sir? Sir, there was a lot of hope in the budget. If everyone thought it would be a pro-poor budget, pro-farm budget, pro-youth budget, as we assumed, your humbling defeat would make you to come back clean and good for the people. Sir, expenditure on social service is crucial for a developing nation like India. It is the only tool we have to eradicate poverty, develop better health infrastructure, and provide a safety net for the most vulnerable. As per the government estimates, sir, they always compare the amount spent this year versus the last year to show how overall the welfare expenditure has grown at a CAGR of 12.8% education. Sir, education by 9.4, health by 15.8, and claim is a record expenditure. Sir, the devil is in the details. Looking at the figure in terms of percentage of total expenditure reveals a different story. Sir, expenditure on education was just around 1.9% for the year 2017-18, which has fallen to 1.7 in 2023-24. Medical and public expenditure has decreased from 0.8 to 0.16. Welfare schemes for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and minorities have declined from 0.16 to 0.13. There is no mention of census. This is the 5th budget being presented without the census. This is the first government since independence that has failed to conduct a census even 3 years after the pandemic. Sir, you compare yourself with other countries. I'm going to become the 5th largest economy in the world. Sir, 143 countries in the world after the have conducted the census successfully and managed to get the data. So what does it mean? The government doesn't know how many people to plan for, what the state of human resources are, what the demography and economic structure are at the local, regional and national levels. So how can we expect effective policy making for this government? One wonders if you're avoiding to conduct census because of the pressure from within your dependable allies for a caste-based census. Sir, budget lets down the poor, fails to address the growing economic equality. Sir, usually GDP, sir, when Manmohan Singh, as the Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, took over, sir, the GDP in 2004 was 54.8 lakh crores rupees. Sir, GDP usually doubles every 10 years. When Manmohan Singh left at 2014, and the great Prime Minister Modi took in 2014, it was 105.27 lakh crores, literally doubled. Sir, that means after 10 years, let's do the maths. You should have doubled. You should have been more than 200 crores, sir. A GDP, 200 lakh crores. But your governance has brought in for 2023-24, it is only 173.82 lakh crores, sir. This shows that you are not performing as you claim to. Budgets are aimed to stimulate growth. The economic survey says India's real GDP grew by 8.2% for the financial year 24, marking a growth of over 7% for the third consecutive year. It forecasts that in a modest 6.5 to 7%. Sir, but what is growth? It is just the increase of the size of economy, or is it equitable distribution of wealth from the growth? Who is benefiting from the growth? Sir, is the 3.44 crore people living in extremely poverty in country. After all, they are the ones most affected by macroeconomics indicators like inflation in food prices. While headlines and core inflation have eased to 5.1% and 3.1% respectively, the consumer food price index remains high at 9.4% in June 2024. Economic inequality has widened significantly over the past under the BJP's crony capitalism government. The wealth of Indian billionaires has increased, that means Modi's friends, has increased by 35% in 2020 alone, while millions were pushed into poverty due to the pandemic. Reports indicate that 10% of the population holds 77% of the national wealth, highlighting a severe disparity in income distribution. There is another outstanding statistics with this as well. By 22-23, the top 10% of the country's population has 22.6% of all income and own 40% of all the wealth in the country. Sir, this is worse than the colonial era. This is worse than the British Raj. This is how the BJP is taking our country to that. Sir, youth and employment data. So this is the elephant in the room. Despite promises to create 2 crore jobs annually, the reality has been starkly different. The unemployment rate rose by 40 for 6.1 in 2018 to 17.8, sir. It peaked, sir. This was much before the pandemic. So we can't blame the global situation. Today the situation is worse. One side, the Ministry of Labour and Employment is saying that as per the latest available periodic labour force survey, reports that estimate unemployment rate on usual status of person of age 15 years and above was 4.2 in 2021, 4.1 in 22, and 3.2 in 23, respectively. Sir, but the data from the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, an independent think tank, says the unemployment rate was 8% in 2020-21, 5.9% in 21-22, and 7.3% in 2022-23. This which is far more believable on the ground reality. According to the CMI data, the unemployment rate in India stood at 9.2% in June 24, so a sharp increase from 7% in May 24. CMI Consumer Pyramid Household shows that the female unemployment reached 18.5%, exceeding the national average in June 24. This up from 15.1% the same period last year. At the same time, male unemployment stood at 7.8, slightly higher than 7.7 in June 2023. Sir, why the labour participation rate rose to 41.4% in June 2024 from 40% in May and up from 39% in June? The rural unemployment rate rose to 9.3 in June from 6.3 in May. The urban unemployment rate climbed from 8.6 to 8.9. The contrast sharply with figures of 2014, where the unemployment rate was 5.44 during the PA regime. So the finance ministers have highlighted the BJP's 9 crucial priorities for transforming India into a developed country by 2047. The 9 priorities for generating ample opportunities for India is included: productivity and resilience in employment and skilling, inclusive human resources development, urban development, energy security, infrastructure, innovation, research and development, and next generation reforms. So let us take one by one. Sir, productivity and resilience in agriculture. An inter-ministerial committee in April 2016 was set up in 2016 to lay out a roadmap to double farmers' income by 2022, as promised by the Prime Minister. They used 2012-2013 National Sample Survey Office data to estimate. The national number of Indian farmers was 96,000 in 2015-16. Based on this, the committee set the targeted double income at 1,92,694 at 2015-16 consider to 2,71,000 at the current price in this. To achieve those levels, farm income would have to grow annually by 10.4% over the next 7 years. The committee calculated. While the data of 22-23 is not available, according to the last situational survey data released by 2022, the average annual income of the farming household increased from 96,703 in 2015-16 to 1,22,616 in 2018. This suggests the annual growth in farmers' income has been mere 2.8%. Even this growth has been driven from non-farm income, since income from crop cultivation declined by 1.5% annually since 2015-16. Sir, at this point, when this government came, they did promise, sir. I was also surprised that a mega project of interlinking of rivers will be taken. Sir, how many rivers have they interlinked, sir? Can they give us a white paper on that, sir? They change the ministry into Jal Shakti ministry, sir, because they want to interlink rivers. Sir, what a scam, sir. They've been cheating us all along. So now let's come to employment and skilling. So I've already presented my case of unemployment issues and lack of scale in skill development issues. I remind you again, the budget says it will train 20 lakh youth across the country, while my state, my chief minister, the revenue policy minister, through MK Stalin, is providing training for 15 lakh youths per year. So a wide gap from state to a country. Sir,
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை தெரிந்து கொள்ள சன் நியூஸ் பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.